The Dudu Crew. Part 6 War of the Stink Gods. Chapter 1. Trouble brews in the cosmos. Peace had returned to the land after the Dudu man's triumphant return, but far beyond Earth, in the celestial realm of stink and freshness, a great war was brewing. The stink gods, the ancient protectors of humor and joy, were under siege by the anti-stink gods, divine entities who sought to cleanse the universe of all chaos, laughter, and stink. One fateful night, a shooting star streaked across the sky, landing near the Dudu crew's village. When the crew arrived at the impact site, they found an ethereal figure, a weakened stink god named Aroma, goddess of mischief. She held a glowing staff and spoke with urgency. "Dudu man," she said, addressing their leader, "and your loyal crew, we need your help. The anti-stink gods are rising, and if they win, the universe will be wiped clean of all joy and laughter." Chapter 2. The Call to Action. Aroma explained that three powerful anti-stink gods, Puritana, Lord of Purity, Blander, the Voidmaker, and Clintron, the Sterile Tyrant, were attacking the cosmic realm. Each one ruled a domain that grew stronger with every prankless laugh and joyless moment. The Dudu man turned to his team. "We've faced villains before, but this is on another level. Are we ready?" Lucy nodded. "For stink and humor, always." The stink snatcher grinned. "Let's show these gods the power of pranks." Mrs. Crumplebottom adjusted her glasses. "They won't know what hit them." Aroma smiled. "You'll need all your strength. But don't worry, you won't face them alone." Chapter 3. Enter Glimmer, the cosmic prankster. As the crew prepared for their journey, Aroma introduced them to Glimmer, a young cosmic being and apprentice to the stink gods. Glimmer was a shimmering figure with a mischievous twinkle in their eyes and the ability to manipulate light into pranks, creating illusions and blinding flashes. "Glimmer has been training with us for eons," Aroma said. "They'll be your guide to the celestial realms and a powerful ally in your fight." The crew welcomed Glimmer with open arms, and together, they set out for their first battle against Puritana. Chapter 4. The Celestial Ascent. The journey to the celestial realm was perilous. Aroma led the crew through swirling cosmic storms, where the anti-stink forces tried to stop them at every turn. Glimmer proved invaluable, using their illusions to confuse the enemy and protect the crew. The Dudu man began to sense the magnitude of the battle ahead. "This is bigger than anything we've faced," he said to Lucy. "But with teamwork, we can do it." The first anti-stink god, Puritana. Chapter 5. The Domain of Purity. The crew arrived in Puritana's domain, a blindingly white palace where everything was scrubbed clean of life and joy. Puritana, a towering figure clad in gleaming silver armor, greeted them with disdain. "You dare bring your filth here," Puritana sneered. "This domain will remain pure, no matter your pathetic attempts." The battle began, with Puritana summoning waves of cleansing light that erased their pranks. The crew fought valiantly but struggled against Puritana's power. Chapter 6-8. Turning the Tide. Just as it seemed hopeless, Aroma revealed her divine power, creating a shield of stink to counter Puritana's cleansing light. The Dudu crew, inspired, combined their pranks with Glimmer's illusions, creating chaotic, hilarious distractions that weakened Puritana. Chapter 9. The first stink god arrives. When the crew was nearly defeated, a new ally descended from the heavens, Fumitron, god of fumes, wielding a mighty staff that released waves of hilarious, noxious gas. Together, they overpowered Puritana, banishing her from the celestial realm. Chapter 10. Victory and Revelation. With Puritana defeated, Fumitron explained that the stink gods had been scattered but were still fighting back. "We'll need to unite," Fumitron said, "if we're to stand a chance against the next anti-stink god." The second anti-stink god, Blander. Chapter 11. The Void of Blandness. The crew traveled to the bleak, gray void ruled by Blander, where no sound or smell existed. Blander, a silent, emotionless figure, drained their energy with his aura of monotony. Chapter 12-14. Blander's Curse. Blander created illusions of despair, forcing the crew to face their own doubts and failures. Lucy nearly gave up, but Glimmer's encouragement rekindled her fighting spirit. Together, they discovered that Blander was weakened by laughter and creativity. Chapter 15. Rallying the Stink Gods. The crew summoned another stink god, Stentia, goddess of odors, who wielded perfume-like gases to counter Blander's void. Her arrival turned the tide, and Blander was defeated after an epic battle. Chapter 16-20. Uniting the Forces. With two anti-stink gods down, the crew and their stink god allies began preparing for the final battle. Along the way, they faced smaller skirmishes, grew closer as a team, and discovered that the anti-stink gods had once been stink gods themselves, corrupted by their desire for control. The final anti-stink god, Clintron. Chapter 21. The Sterile Throne. Clintron, the most powerful anti-stink god, ruled from a fortress of sterile steel. He awaited the crew's arrival with an army of freshlings and an impenetrable barrier. Chapter 22-24. The final battle begins. The crew launched their assault, using every trick and prank they had learned. Glimmer's illusions, Lucy's quick thinking, and the Stink Snatcher's inventive traps created chaos, but Clintron's power seemed unstoppable. Chapter 25. Desperation. As the battle raged on, Clintron overpowered the crew, scattering the stink gods and leaving the doo-doo crew cornered. Clintron raised his staff, preparing to deliver the final blow. Chapter 26. The doo-doo man returns again. Just as hope seemed lost, the throne room filled with a familiar, earth-shaking rumble. The doo-doo man appeared, his brown cloak billowing, wielding the rebuilt infinity fart generator. "You didn't think I'd miss the party, did you?" he said with a grin. Chapter 27-29. The United Front. The doo-doo man rallied the stink gods and the crew for one final attack. Together, they unleashed a symphony of stink and laughter that shattered Clintron's sterile throne and broke his power. Chapter 30. A stinky celebration. With Clintron defeated, the balance of the cosmos was restored. The stink gods returned to their thrones, and the doo-doo crew was hailed as heroes. The doo-doo man turned to his team. "We've proven that stink and laughter can conquer anything, even gods. Now, let's go home." As the crew returned to Earth, they knew their adventures were far from over. The universe would always need its protectors of joy and chaos. The end. For now,